Alex Hormozi from acquisition.com was asked, what happens to debt when you die? This is what he said.
Accumulated all of this debt by the time you die. Does that debt get deferred on your kids or your family members?
Most people, especially high net worth individuals, are going to have some sort of very big life insurance policy. When I die, there's a big nut that's going to go to Layla or in the reverse. And that would more than cover any kind of debt. Next thing is that it depends on how the debt is being taken. You are doing an asset-backed loan. As long as you're continuing to make the minimum interest payments, if the company that you're taking it against can make off the cash flow from that company and it's growing at a faster pace indefinitely, basically, defer. In a private company setting, so like in a company that's not publicly traded or the asset would not be considered like liquid, you would have to go through a more formal process of getting or putting debt on the company. Big picture, if it's a publicly traded equity or it's a real estate asset, something that's a very well understood asset, there are plenty of lenders who will lend off that because they can value the risk of the asset.
All right, so that's exactly right, but let's break that down and provide a little bit more context. First off, is the debt owned by the company? In other words, the company owes money to a bank. The debt usually stops there. What you would do is liquidate any assets in the company. That means sell them. Whatever money is left is used to pay off the debt. Now let's assume that there was a personal guarantee. In that case, the creditor, if it wasn't made whole by selling all the assets of the company, the creditor could go after the individual owner and the owner's estate, even though that person has now passed. What is their estate? It's everything they owned. That's with a personal guarantee. Now let's talk about if the debt was personal. In that case, there's no company for the creditor, like the bank, to go after. They will just go after the individual debtor, the person. They're dead though. Does this debt die with the person? No. The debt stays with the estate. It does not transfer to kids. That's a common misconception. When a person dies, their debt doesn't transfer to the kids, but whatever they have will be used to pay off the debt. That's done under the supervision of a court in a probate or under the supervision of a trustee in a trust administration. So here's how that works. Let's say somebody passes, they die. Somebody, either the executor in a probate or a trustee, decides, what do we need to do with all this stuff? Well, first we have to pay off any debts that the person had. You do that starting out by using any cash that's available or life insurance proceeds. Now, if life insurance named someone else as a beneficiary, the money goes straight to them. It doesn't go to the estate. So if you name your spouse, for example, the life insurance proceeds go straight to the spouse, not to the estate. But the estate has a lot of other stuff. It probably has a home, it has other assets, and ultimately creditors need to be made whole. Under the law, assets need to be liquidated, creditors need to be paid. Does it always happen? No. In fact, often creditors don't get paid unless they file a claim. Creditors can file a claim with the probate court or file a claim with the trustee in a trust administration. It's not easy. Typically, you want to get an attorney involved. By the way, if the trustee fails to send notice to the creditors about the trust administration, does the trustee have personal liability? Probably. Creditors can go after the trustee individually for any unlawful acts, whether that be intentional or negligence. So what happens to debt when you die? It gets paid off by your assets, and the remaining portion of your assets go to your heirs. All right, if you find these videos helpful and you're interested in little short videos, little snippets, some of the best excerpts from the videos that we've produced, you can find those by searching for Aaron Hall Attorney on TikTok, on Instagram, and various other social media platforms. So feel free to follow us there, especially if you are interested in that short form content, which is some of the best little snippets of legal questions presented by business owners. I'm Aaron Hall, an attorney for business owners and entrepreneurs. If you would like to get more videos like this, feel free to follow this channel by subscribing. And I encourage everybody to subscribe at aaronhall.com/free. That's where you can get some exclusive videos helping business owners avoid common and expensive legal problems and help grow your company so you achieve success in your company and hopefully as well in your life. Thanks for joining me here today.